I was asked at a workshop recently, why do we have mental health laws to govern the mentally ill? Because it sounds like being mentally ill is against the law and mentally ill people are dangerous or they're criminals in some way. So what I explained is that we've had mental health legislation for a long time, but the idea behind it these days is to protect the public, but also, more importantly, to protect the individual who has become mentally unwell. And that's not to say that people with mental health issues present any more risk to the general public than anybody else does. But it does just speak to the need to ensure that people get the treatment that they need as and when they need it for mental health issues. So in the UK, for example, or in England and Wales more specifically, we have the Mental Health Act 1983. And that gives, for example, the police a range of powers to detain somebody who is clearly mentally unwell. It doesn't mean that they're arrested, but it means that they're detained. And the police have a duty to take the person to a place of safety, which is oftentimes the local police station, where the police then can have a psychiatrist do an initial assessment to see whether this person is in need of mental health treatment. And if they are, the psychiatrist will use a section of the Mental Health Act to detain the person and have them transported to a local psychiatric hospital. And there's a number of sections of the Mental Health Act. For example, there's a section that gives the right to detain somebody for observation purposes for 24 and 48 hours so that mental health staff, psychiatrists, can observe, do assessments and decide on whether or not this person needs to be forcibly treated. And that's a very controversial idea, that somebody can be forced to undergo treatment, whereas in physical health, generally we can't be forced to undergo physical health treatments. But in mental health, in a small number of situations we can. And this is where, the safety and well-being of that individual primarily, and members of his or her family, the general public, might be in danger. So Mental Health Act is quite controversial at times, but I think on the whole these days it serves very constructive purpose, and that is the protection of the individual, making sure that people get the treatment that they urgently need only when they urgently need it. And I think that's a good thing for everybody. But let me know what you think.